Hello and welcome to Pickled Disney Podcast, a Disney from a Distance. I'm your host and Disney fanatic, Chris Vlasak, aka Mr. Pickle. You can find me on Instagram under @Mr. Pickle, that's MRPKLE, and on X as @Legendary Pickle. For those of you who have missed the last two episodes, a little bit about myself. I am married to my lovely wife of almost 13 years, and am the father of a great little 2-year-old who is starting to love Disney just as much as I am. I live in North Carolina, so we try to make it to Disney as often as we can. I'm a part-time travel agent through Enchanted Escapes Travel, and I've been to Disney World somewhere in the area of about 50 times. I grew up in a Disney household and converted my wife, who was never a huge Disney fan, but now loves it almost as much as I do. And if you're interested in a no obligations quote for travel to any of the Disney parks, please reach out to me at pickledoesdisney@gmail.com. That is PICKLE does Disney @gmail.com. And I'll be happy to assist you as a travel agent in any way that I can. And now for the Disney news from a distance for the week starting of May 6th. 2024. All right, our first story for the day is for halfway to Halloween, Disney Parks announced the dates for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Walt Disney World, and Oogie Boogie Bash at Disney's California Adventure. For Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, if you guys have never been, it is an amazing event that takes place at the Magic Kingdom, and this year it'll be taking place earlier than ever, starting on August the 9th and going all the way through Halloween on October 31st. The event takes place from 7 p.m. to midnight on these nights, and ticket holders for the event will be admitted to Magic Kingdom as early as 4 p.m. on the date of their ticket. Ticket prices this year are going to be ranging anywhere from $119 to $199 plus tax. Pass holders and DVC members can receive a $10 discount per ticket. This discount is only available for the nights in August and September, so nothing in October this year. So if you're wanting to get those tickets, people who are going to be staying at a resort hotel can begin to purchase these on May the 8th, which is just around the corner, tomorrow as a matter of fact. And guests who are not going to be staying at a resort hotel, this includes, locals and anybody who's staying off-site, can begin to purchase those tickets on May the 15th. Returning will be the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular. If you haven't seen this is a show that stars the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus returning to Walt Disney World on Halloween night to get up to all kinds of shenanigans with the villains of the Disney parks. So be sure to check that out if you haven't. It's one of my favorite shows that they've done. Also returning this year is the Not So Spooky Spectacular Fireworks, and that's hosted by Jack Skellington. If you haven't seen this before, take a look at it on YouTube. It's quite amazing. There is a giant Jack Skellington puppet that comes out and hosts an amazing fireworks show with, of course, all the sweet castle projections. Be sure to check that out. Also returning, and I don't think it would be a Not So Scary Halloween Party without it, is the Boo to You Halloween Parade, and it's one of the favorite songs of mine that continues to get stuck in my head. I find myself singing it every once in a while, and if you haven't heard it, let me get it stuck in your head. Boo to you and boo to me. Come on, guys. Sing it if you know it. Go ahead. It is one of my absolute favorite things to watch. They are going to have an earlier time this year. I believe the first parade is going to start at 8:15, so it's perfect for those of you going to check it out, but still have little ones who need to get to bed on time. So everybody gets to enjoy the Boo to You parade. Give it a go. It is amazing. One of my favorite parades that Disney does. There will also be a new Descendants party at the Rocket Tower Plaza stage, inspired by the new Descendants film that's going to be premiering on Disney Plus next month, The Rise of Red. So for those of you with younger kids and tweens who want to rock out to some of those Descendants songs, be sure to go check that out over in Tomorrowland. Trick-or-treating is also a must, so don't forget your treat bag. And of course, if you don't have one when you arrive, they are going to give you a little Mickey's Not So Scary treat bag that's going to already include a couple of little treats in there for everybody attending. So be sure to get that if you don't. I know in the past it's been full-size bags of M&Ms and crazy stuff like that. Also, if you have an allergy to any of the things that they're going to be giving out there, peanuts and things like that, milk allergies, you can let them know. They will be handing out tokens which can be redeemed for allergy and gluten-friendly candies that you can get over, I believe, in Liberty Squares, where it's been in the past, but don't quote me on that. Be sure to check when you go. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to let you know. Most of your rides will be open, so be sure to check those out. There are even a couple that'll have unique experience, such as Space Mountain, which will be completely in the dark, and that's one of those ones that I just don't know about. Space Mountain is kind of scary with the lights on, so completely in the dark and not being able to see anything has me a little iffy, but Space Mountain is one of my favorites to do there. The Mad Tea Party over at the Spinning Teacups. It's going to have special lights, effects, music going for the party. So be sure and check that out. Many of your other rides all over the place will be open, including Tron this year. Some of your other ones include Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and because this is a ticketed event, a lot of times those waits will be a lot lower, so be sure to check out your favorite ride while you're there, but don't miss out on a lot of those special characters and other events going on there. That's what the party's for, so be sure and check those out. Exclusive merch is also always available at this party, so be sure to stop in to the Emporium and get your new Spirit jersey or part of your Haunted Mansion collection or Halloween timed themed t-shirts and other items. Also over in California, Oogie Boogie Bash has also been announced. This year the party will begin on August 25th and also run through Halloween on October 31st, meaning more nights than they've ever had to be able to enjoy the party. Pricing for this event will run $134 to $189, and pricing will vary based on when you want to attend. Access to California Adventure begins 3 hours before the event, so be sure to arrive early and take advantage of all that extra time on that ticket, okay? Unlimited photo pass digital downloads from the party will be available for anyone who purchases a ticket, and there will be rare character sightings throughout the park, trick-or-treat trails, so be sure to bring those trick-or-treat bags for that, as well as Oogie Boogie themed merch. So for those of you who are Nightmare Before Christmas fans, this is the event for you. Let me know if you're interested in a Halloween adventure to Walt Disney World or Disneyland. I'd be happy to help you plan your spoopy Disney shenanigans. Also, let me know if there's anything you're looking forward to at either one of these events, traveling, or if you're traveling to the parks for this time of year. Mickey's Not So Scary has always been one of my favorites. So leave me a comment or shoot me an email to pickledoesdisney@gmail.com. I would love to give you a shout out if you have any tips for anyone, or if you just want to mention your favorite thing about any of these events. Coming up next, a new guest shipping location is coming to Disney Springs. This is going to allow guests to ship their items home directly from Walt Disney World. The location is going to be operated by a UPS franchise and will be located in the former stroller rental location behind the Marketplace Co-op. We don't know exactly what services will be available when the location opens, but hopefully this will make it a lot easier to make those purchases, knowing you can ship them home without loading up your luggage or vehicle vehicle for travel. Be sure to let me know if this is something that you're interested in. Disney resorts have always offered shipping, and I have taken advantage of that a couple times, especially with larger items such as artwork. It's always a safer option to have that insured and shipped home than stuffing it in luggage and having it damaged. This is, a crazy time of year. There's all kinds of extra merch. I know people who take extra suitcases just for this. So if this is something you do and something you're interested in, be sure to shout us out and let us know. All right. Up next, now that the Halloween events have been announced, I'm more excited than ever for the announcement of Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. And I know we're just getting into summertime, and I'm sitting here talking about Christmas, but that's when my family and I will be going to Disney this year, and I always look forward to our Disney trip every single time we decide to go. It's actually something I've always wanted to do. I've never been during the Christmas time of year to any of the Disney parks, and I'm so thrilled to be able to experience this with my wife and daughter. I've, like I said, been to Disney World, 50 or more times, and to have gone that many times and never been during the Christmas time of year, and now getting to experience that with my 2-year-old is just going to be amazing. Her eyes light up at Disney, watching just the Disney Channel, and I can only imagine getting to see how she looks at this wonderful, wondrous, magical park lit up for Christmas time. It just seems to me that it could make a magical time of year even more wondrous. But with that being said, unfortunately, this leaves me somewhere I've not been in quite a while. I have zero clue of what to expect when we go to Disney this time. Being that we've never been this time of year, it's something new to me. I'm a huge planner. My wife is a huge planner. I am, especially when it comes to something like Walt Disney World. And to think that we'll be able to experience some things at Walt Disney World that we've never done or seen before is kind of throwing us for a little bit of a loop. I've seen all of the Disney vloggers, Tim Tracker, Kyle Palo, Paging Mr. Morrow, all of them. I've watched all of their vlogs around Christmas time. But without having been in person, it's kind of hard to know what to expect. We're going to be staying on property at a resort we've never stayed at as well. We'll be staying at Art of Animation for the first time, which I'm super excited about. I've always wanted to check out that area, and the people I've seen who've stayed there have always been impressed with looks and how everything is done up, especially that time of year with the Christmas trees and things like that at the park. I'm just super excited to get to see these things. With that being said, if there is anything you would recommend for Walt Disney World parks for the Christmas season, let me know. Please leave a comment or send your recommendations to pickledoesdisney@gmail.com. I would love to go over your suggestions here on the podcast and see what we're going to be doing for that time of year. It's super exciting for me to be able to check that out. And, going with a 2-year-old is just a new experience altogether. But getting to do that time of year, having never been that time of year before, is just crazy exciting for me. And then last but not least for today, moving on to my next park for my quick list is going to be what are my 5 must-dos at Hollywood Studios. Like most of the parks, I start off my time in Hollywood Studios getting Starbucks. It's a little strange to mention Starbucks when talking about Disney. At least for me, growing up, Starbucks wasn't really an option until I was an adult. So getting to go in and grab my favorite iced coffee, especially that time of year when your favorite holiday drinks are going to be out. Super excited to get to check that out. I'm just it's one of those things. I stop in, smell the coffee, grab some caffeine, and get my day going. And then right from there, I normally take a hard right and book it towards Tower of Terror. I get that caffeine in, get the adrenaline going for the day, and ready and raring to go. Taking it from there, my number 3 is to check out Rock and Roller Coaster. I'm a little bit of a thrill junkie. Not so much my wife. She generally barely does most of our rides, but she always wants me to check out the ones that I love, and I appreciate her for that. Last time we went, Rock and Roller Coaster wasn't even open, and I believe it's not even open right now, but I do know that it's reopening this summer, so I am looking forward to getting to check it out again, possibly with a new overlay. We'll see. After that, I always tend to hit up Midway Mania, a little bit of competition to check out the day. Shooting those little rings and other things that they have you pop out in there. It's just fun. It's a lot of fun to get your day going, especially over there in Toy Story Land. I know a lot of people beeline it for the Slinky Dog coaster, but man, I love hopping in line, getting to check out Midway Mania. It's just kind of a classic for me. And then my number 5 to finish things off is Mama Melrose for food. This is kind of a weird one, and I know they did just redo their menu. So hopefully it's still as good as I've had there before. I know the reviews have kind of been all over the place for the new items on the menu, but hopefully some of those favorites that I love are still there. I know this tends to be a little bit of a go-to for me and my wife. We have actually canceled reservations at other places just to kind of pop in here and have dinner. It's a little bit more relaxed atmosphere, and it's just kind of classic Italian food, or Italian American food, I guess. I doubt it's anything close to actual Italian food, but it is delicious, and we do love to check out these things. And then I do have a bonus for today, and I couldn't mention Hollywood Studios without mentioning all of the Star Wars. I always been a huge Star Wars fan. Star Tours was always one of my favorite rides at Hollywood Studios. Old school Star Tours, the newer one. I can't wait to check out some of the newer adventures for Star Tours that they've just added based off Ahsoka and The Mandalorian. Just being able to check out these things are awesome. But then with the addition of Galaxy's Edge, I actually haven't gotten to experience any of the rides in Galaxy's Edge yet, because honestly, the waits were just too outrageously long, and I can't leave my wife with a 2-year-old for that long. Just kind of out of the question. But the atmosphere is amazing there. The characters walking around, everything that you see in that area of the park is great. The theming is amazing. And I'm hoping to be able to check out some of the stuff that I didn't get to check out on our last trip in March of last year. Unfortunately, when we went, the waits were outrageous. I almost got on Rise of the Resistance, but I got to the front of the line. The ride went down. So, I mean, not really anything you can do about that. But, what you're going to do. So hopefully I'll get to check it out this time. Maybe it'll be a little bit less crowded than it was before, but we'll see. I know our trip's going to be right around the first week of December. So looking forward to getting to experience everything that I can, especially with my little 2-year-old. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that's kind of going to wrap things up for today's news. If you enjoyed what you heard today, please leave a comment, shoot me an email at pickledoesdisney@gmail.com if you have any requests for what you'd like to hear in the future. And also, if you'd like a no obligations quote on a Disney vacation, please send me an email to that same email, pickledoesdisney@gmail.com. And I will see you real soon. Thanks so much for listening, and everybody have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.